Yeah. And this is the inaugural episode of A What's Poppin' Slim.
Poppin' Slim.
Man, we were supposed to have a podcast many moons ago.
Shit just don't always be working out like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we said fuck all the fuck shit.
Go ahead and get this shit knocked out today, so. I'm Rooster.
I'm Elay.
Welcome aboard.
Alright, man, let's kick this shit off, man. How you feel about the Nets keeping their team together for the upcoming season?
Man, I feel like that shit was kind of the inevitable, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't about to let KD go for pretty much peanuts and shit. Even though what they were asking from the other teams was ridiculous. Like, I feel like the best offer they had, or the best chance they had, was to go ahead and fuck with the Celtics deal that they had in place.
Yeah.
But they was asking for too much. Like, they're not about to give Jason Tatum and fucking Jaylen Brown up and picks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was gonna be either or of those niggas, some picks and then maybe some pieces, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the asking price for a nigga like KD is gonna be ridiculous anyway after they fucked the market up with that Rudy Gobert trade.
Yeah. That's messed up.
I wasn't surprised. I didn't think that nigga was going anywhere anyway. It would have had to take like a team to basically give away everything to get that nigga.
Yeah, and then nobody can give away everything for somebody that's not even sure if they even want to be wherever he end up. He should have just went to the Wizards, but we ain't gonna have that conversation.
Man,
we're not gonna have
the Wizards already a little thin on the roster, so
they could have used them.
They probably got a rack of picks and shit though. I think they traded all their picks away from Russ that year though, didn't they?
I think so.
So yeah, they might not even have shit but Bradley Beal and a couple picks.
You got a point.
Maybe the nigga Rui, the Japanese body.
Yeah.
Some shit like that, some young talent. And Bradley Beal, but I mean, that would actually be a good spot for Bradley Beal too. Him with Kyrie.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad look.
Yeah. Even if they could find a way to, well, man, I don't know, man. Bradley Beal need to be with a super team to get a real ring. Sad to say.
Yeah, I mean the scoring is there. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just needs somebody to come along with him on the scoring tip and shit. And then he need like a good big man that's gonna play some deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about these Lakers?
Man, I feel like that Pat Bev trade probably isn't as big of a deal as motherfuckers is making it on Twitter and all that shit. Like, I know Pat Bev is Pat Bev, but that nigga, man, I mean, he's not really an offensive weapon. Per se.
He do a bunch of running around doing nothing.
Yeah, diving out of bounds.
Yeah, don't do that to him, man. Don't do that to him, man. Don't even do that to him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The nigga, he's a solid perimeter, defender. But he's not, I don't think they're looking to make him like a starting point guard kind of option.
But he could start and give them like limited minutes if they trade Russ. You know, I'm thinking they brought him on there to piss Russ off enough to get Russ out of there.
That's an angle too.
And if they doing that and Russ gets out of there, then they trying to trade Russ to Indiana and get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
Yeah.
And then they could be the Lake Show again.
I feel like Indiana would be stupid as shit to take that trade though.
I mean,
like you giving away a young nigga, basically two young niggas.
Yeah.
And you picking up an old basically washed up Russ, who fucking.
I just need Russ to hit some threes.
Man, that nigga.
That's it. Or hit a couple of them jump shots that he was making. He was making them in Washington.
If he developed a real jump shot during the offseason, or even develop like a little mid-range game during the offseason, he'll be alright. 'Cause he's still athletic and all that, but the nigga just throw the ball. Like, he got to practice not turning the damn ball over. And that's what we be killing him, dog. Like, he be throwing that shit into the first row. Like, what are you doing? You jumping in the air. Fucking have no idea what you trying to do with the ball.
Yeah, he just running down there just like he don't give a fuck. And you're right, that is a little tough to deal with.
Dog, that YouTube joint of him shooting all of those bricks, that shit is crazy. It's like he wasn't even aiming at the backboard. He was just hitting the top of the backboard. This nigga's a professional. How did he fall off that drastically? Like, it was something on that nigga's mind or something.
They gave him that daggone Hennessy commercial, and it was over. It was over.
That nigga might have been drinking too much of the Hennessy this. Yeah, he definitely fell off last year. I don't think he's going to be as bad this year as he was last year, though. I think that nigga might have a little fake bounce back season where he averaged like 20 and 10 or some shit.
And it just so happens that he just so happened to be trending on the Twitterverse right now.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody talking about, and they already talking about, like, how Patrick Beverley is working out more than Russell Westbrook in the Lakers organization.
Well, I mean, shit. He strikes me as that type of nigga that's going to go work out. He strikes me as the type of nigga that's going to go work out, you know what I'm saying? Russ strikes me as the type of nigga who's going to fucking work out but think he still got it type
and
shit.
Got that Hennessy money.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think that's what was the change. As soon as he got the real Hennessy endorsement, and he was like, I can come back home and wear my shirt off. I wear my shirt open so you can see my chest. Oh, I'm on to pull up.
Nah.
That's what I think happened.
Shit, speaking of trades, I didn't think, to close that last segment, I didn't think KD or Russ was going anywhere this whole offseason.
Too much money.
KD is going to cost too much of a haul to get him out of there. And Russ is making too much fucking money. Nobody about to pick that contract up. I mean, there's a couple of niggas that were saying they were willing to buy him out, but he obviously ain't looking to be bought out. So,
right.
You know what I mean? He want that whole shebang. Them niggas are stuck where they are for at least this year.
Yeah, rightfully so.
But now what I was saying is, speaking of trades and shit, what was I about to say? Just had a goddamn brain episode. Oh, that Tyrese Halliburton nigga. He's gonna be a sleeper this year too.
Where he's going to?
I think Sacramento traded him to the Pacers.
Who did they give for him?
Shit, I don't know who the fuck. I believe they traded that nigga to the Pacers because they was talking about the Jazz was interested in possibly picking him up too.
Damn.
And I'm like, man, Jazz must just be on some big rebuilding shit.
Yeah, the Jazz on something different. I heard that Donovan Mitchell and the Knicks, that whole conversation was slowed up.
It fell through.
Yeah. So it's like, we don't know what to tell them aside from How do you feel about?
So it said Sacramento sending Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson to Indiana for DeMonte Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday, and the 2027 second round pick.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Oh, so that's why. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why Halliburton over there. So he was part of that Buddy Hield deal.
Yeah, yep.
All right.
He nice as shit too. On the cool, like he got his nights. He need to be a little more consistent. But I say keep your eye on that nigga. He might even make an All-Star team this year.
That nigga probably a genetically modified, engineered specimen from a lab somewhere. Nigga last name Halliburton.
They give him the
shut
Pacers,
up though.
They give him the Pacers a A+ grade for that trade.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hey man, the Kings be on some other shit. I don't know what they be thinking.
Shit, they ain't no slouch though. They picked up Sabonis. You know, that nigga's a solid big man.
Sabonis is nice.
You know what I mean? He was an All-Star last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think so. And the nigga
at least I think he was. If he wasn't, he was close.
he averaged a double-double.
Yeah,
Like, he ain't no slouch really. So they ain't really. I wouldn't have traded Buddy Hield and Halliburton.
How you feel about Matt Barkley punting footballs?
He's punting.
Yeah, he doing it during practice.
Oh shit, man! I didn't even know the nigga Matt Barkley was still in the league. We saw him the other night on the movie. I forgot what game that we was watching.
Yeah, I thought I was 2010.
I'm like, is that Matt Barkley from USC? This nigga still around? Where he been hiding on the end of the bench so fucking well?
How you feel about how you feel about James Harden throwing that cake?
Man, I don't know what caused them to throw the cake. I don't know whether it was either like, I don't know whether the nigga was drunk and upset or whether he was fucking around with them. But that shit's hilarious, bro. And that's my forever mood.
Man,
Threw the fucking whole cake in the ocean.
Man, I don't know what was funnier, him throwing that cake or Stephon Diggs throwing the helmet 5 years ago. Remember he threw the helmet like niggas take the lambskin off?
He threw the fuck out the helmet, man.
I say, if you ever hit anything with a lambskin on, be prepared to throw that shit off exactly like Stephon Diggs. No, he took that motherfucking toe off. That's exactly how I Hey yo, I hope and pray the next time I use lambskin I'm more responsible. But the very last time I've ever used lambskin, that's exactly how it went. I was, hell no, I'm taking this shit off.
Man. So apparently this man, the punter for the Bills, got accused of some big wild gang rape type of shit from college. Based on what just happened with Deshaun, I don't feel like the NFL is going to be fucking with this too tough.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how this plays out when it's a white motherfucker as opposed to, you know, a black quarterback.
You know they're going to say, boys will be boys, and let's just welcome on back in the Bills Mafia, and he's going to be Pat McAfee when he gets older. Shit.
So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. And then they're saying that he was accused of gang raping a 17-year-old.
Oh.
According to the San Diego Union Tribune, says that 3 San Diego State University football players, including Starr, who's now a punter in the NFL, are accused of gang raping a 17-year-old girl.
Oh, man. I didn't realize she was 17. I apologize
And
for
this
that.
happened at a party off campus when she was 17. And, well, he's 22 now. I don't know how old he was then, but
Right.
needless to say, they're going to definitely be looking into this and trying to figure out what's going on. The NFL ain't got really a good track record with motherfuckers treating women correctly, so they're trying to clean that image up. I think that's why they fought so hard to give Deshaun more time, because they felt like that little slap on the wrist shit would look bad for the league. So I'm interested to see what they do to the white boy, man. Always like to compare things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, let's make shit equal on all sides, so interested to see what they do to his ass. They're gonna probably bake his